out at Fort Quincy. Time to look now at our starting lineups. They're brought to us by Ali Salumaria. Mike Petrie, the Free Jacks, up first.
It's playoff time, so there's no more messing around with lineups. The Free Jacks got through the first round fully healthy and are locked in with the exact same 23 players ready to defend Fort Quincy for one final ride this afternoon. They'll need a big game from their engine room. Quadrant up front, suits up alongside fellow Canadian national team players Bailey, Keys, and Von Donaldson. Oscar Lennon gets his second ever start for the Free Jacks, so a big statement and a big game there at scrum half. Has a few steady Free Jacks veterans outside him. Last week's player of the match and 2023 MLR player of the year, Jason Patras, will help run today's show. Head coach Scott Matthey has led his team on great runs the last 2 seasons. One player that's been a key part of those runs is Canadian national team player Josh Larson. He will earn his 50th cap with the Free Jacks if he steps on the field today, so congratulations on a big milestone for him. New England will hope to make it extra special by officially punching their tickets to San Diego in 80 minutes' time.
Well, let's get a look at Chicago, Will. What do they go with this week?
They are unchanged as well from that win away at NOLA. And keep an eye, of course, on Dylan Forster, but it's what's around. And the big guys in the middle, George Merrick in there, James Scott, so good at line-out time. And that back row in Flesh, Jones and Boomer are quality. As for the backs, well, look no further than that half-back pairing in McCarthy and Carty. And there's one change, just one change, as Dominguez comes out. An HIA from last week means that Irish international Dave Carney comes onto the wing. There's threats everywhere, and for Rob Webber, he will have his reserves as well.
In the Eastern Conference semifinal round to set us up for the 2024 Eastern Conference Final. It'll be taken inside of the 22 by the Chicago Hounds.
Absolutely have had that territory advantage. Finally now New England are building some phases.
Look out.
As now phases look like, and he's been such a talisman this season as well, as he's now going to make a big call, as he's going to go and kick for the corner, it looks like.
Looks that way.
Wow, that's a big call. Your first opportunity, but points on the board. We were just talking about how it's a little strange to see zeros, and you'd imagine in so many circumstances New England would take.
They're 10 meters or so out.
15,
look at how many people are in this line-out, too. Look, there's a winger in the back of that line-out, too. See that?
15 meters away from the line when they started this line-out. This set piece, the push, gets them down to the 5-meter line. Lennon at the back there. The push continues, but it comes apart. Now they're about 7 meters away. Advantage being played here for New England. Everybody trying to gather themselves and get back into position here. Lennon takes a look. Connor Keys got it there. Now Lennon into the hands of Melvin. Melvin, a try scorer last week, trying to make it 2 in a row. Patros, little dummy there, inside ball. They're about 4 meters away. Now Lennon, back to Patros, way out over the top. Here's the guy that can do damage. It's Balakana, but he offloads into the hands of McDonald, and Reese McDonald, like he did last week, opens the scoring at Fort Quincy.
And again, it's that swing. They were just with their backs at their own goal line, scrambling to play defense to keep Chicago out.
Did it with New York a couple years ago. We'd love to have another shot with Chicago this year.
Yeah, they got a shot, no doubt. Thanks both of you guys down there. Thomas Grant, Dave Ryan, Ben Holden, Will Hooley, Mike Petrie. Kyle Binder's our producer, and all of our outstanding crew here. Good to have you with us here in the U.S. on Fox Sports 1 and internationally on the Rugby Network. The winner of this match moves on to next weekend's MLR Championship match in San Diego. Here goes Reese Lightning. Reese McDonald. He breaks around one. He's going to take this toward the line, and he's got 2. What a run from Reese McDonald, electrifying the crowd at Fort Quincy.
Wow.
Stop.
Wow. Wow. Reese McDonald, that was incredible. Footwork and then pace out of the gates. Watch this. When he puts his foot on the gas, he just goes. He just makes that one step. There's that gap. That's all he needs, and that's 2 tight 5 players. He picked out 2 tight 5 players, found his hole, ran straight between them. That's just good heads-up play from a fullback. He noticed where it was. There it is. There's number 5. Right next to him is going to be a front row forward, and that's the hole that you want as a fullback. Will Hooley, you know that all too well, what you're looking for when you counterattack.
Just devastating, devastating. And once he's like the Duracell bunny. My word, the energy he has. Finds that weakness, and like you said, Mike, just exploits the pace And the way he beat Luke Carty at the end, my word, what a try from McDonald. And the second try for the Free Jacks.
So Patros from the near touchline, tough kick, but he missed that one. Mentioned that a few minutes ago. Now Patros, that one blocked down, knocked down, and Jason will run back and gather it in at the halfway line. Dangerous Vanderbank gets away. Mac Jones had him, but he slipped away out of the tackle. Now Lennon. Short.
Just now need to think about putting boot to ball. We talked about the contestable kicks. Going nowhere in this kind of finals playoff stage. It's about just having that playmaking, game management as Lennon now goes to the air.
Carlson trying to make something happen here. Here goes Adrian Carlson. He just might. Needs some support. Cuts outside. Still with it up that touchline. Carlson deep inside of territory. And what a play. Nate Augsburger. The Hounds bark back with a massive try. They're on the board here in the final minute of the half.
How about it? Adrian Carlson beats another couple of, well, front rowers, and similar from Reese McDonald, and then similar again, he just beats the 10. Jason Potras left for dead, and it's the way he keeps the ball alive. Nate Augsburger's there. What a try for the Hounds. My word. Potras, see you later. Goodbye. And then it's the ability that Reese McDonald does well to come across, but keeps it alive, gives it to Nate Augsburger, and the crowd falls silent. Chicago have their first try of the game.
Good strike, and the flags go north, and it's a 10-7 match. So Carty does his job, and Nate the Great, Nate Augsburger, gets Chicago on the board.
And that's a huge way to end the half for Chicago. They needed the points on the board, and that's a very different locker room now.
Good strike, and the flags go north, and it's a 10-7 match. So Carty does his job, and Nate the Great, Nate Augsburger, gets Chicago on the board.
And that's a huge way to end the half for Chicago. They needed the points on the board, and that's a very different locker room now.
Ben Holden, Will Hooley, Mike Petrie, Thomas Grant, Dave Ryan. Those two gentlemen are pitch side. Referee is Federico Anselmi. The ARs, Luke Rogan, Jared Ford. The TMO said he wanted Carty to be a little more aggressive with his kicks. What do you mean by that?
Well, in terms of either attacking kicks, but also in competition kicks, kicks to compete. Potros has put some good ones on the money on those wide channels.
So a huge kick here from Potros, and like you said, from straight in front, this should be automatic for him.
He was 7 of 9 last week, 78%, and 18 points. The strike with the right, and that one right down Commonwealth Ave, as they would say in Boston. To SDLegion.com. You're pumped for Marshmallow, aren't you?
Man. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic next Sunday. But who's going to be in from the East? We shall find out. Still 35.
And now the Hounds with a chance here with a converted try to get the lead here. 13-7. Chicago gifted one there. Now the ball down on the deck. McDonald flipped it between the legs. Now it's touchdown in the end goal by Fricker. What a crazy sequence.
Really, their main man's come up good there.
So we're going to get a look back here from our TMO.
And it's this work by Wayne Vanderbank. That is unbelievable defense right at the end there. What a player he's been this season. He's got Supporters Player of the Year.
Drop tag, number 5.
Connor Keys appears to be the guilty party here.
Over there, you slap the ball on the ground. Cynical defender. That's cynical placement.
Let's keep the Hounds off the scoreboard to all of a sudden now Carty with a chip shot and just gets them that 3 to close that gap.
He does, and it's a 13-10 match now.
He didn't almost act too surprised there. And yeah, 10 minutes now with that man in the bin could be really pivotal for New England.
Good pickup there on the carry. Younger takes a look, finds Malachi Halanate. Younger shoved down, gets back in there, and it's going to be a penalty called here on Chicago. Open the scoring in the second half did Patros in the 46th minute, and he adds to it here and makes it a 6-point advantage once again.
humid in as well, and the conditions. Therefore, the big men are going to suffer later on. The bench is going to be pivotal, but also the halfbacks. You've got to have good game management. Potros
came out of his hands. Wilson, he had it taken away. Augsburger's in there. New England gets it back. They look for a break. Here they come over the halfway line. Support now. Bellicana, Paula Bellicana to the line, and he gets it down.
Oh my word, watch this from the fullback. He gets the tackle, but he swings himself around. Bellicana can't hold on to it. Tackle of the season, that is insane work from the fullback. He scored a try, obviously, in attack, but that bit of defence, unbelievable scenes.
And yeah, they're all walking back up to midfield because
You got two layers of attack. Billy Meeks just holding in behind as well, but keep an eye on Brown.
He is like Bellicana, much younger player, but always a home run threat. He can house it. And this comes completely apart. From this part of the game, Geiger's checked in for Keith. The throw up to get it. Fawcett gets at the back. Dylan Fawcett's got the ball under his left arm. They're about 5 meters and then some out. Fawcett still pushing, still got the ball, gets it down! 14th try of the season for Dylan Fawcett, and Chicago is a converted kick away from having the lead here in the second half. Carty very patiently strikes it with the right, and Carty gets it inside. Laid back now, picked up. Still shy. Chicago holding their ground. New England, the pressure continues. About a meter away. Potros is in there now. He'll play a little 9. Plays the ball off. And it's picked up. Melvin. Jed Melvin to the line. Anselmi there. He's short. Anselmi right in there at the back. The power move. And the Free Jacks believe they're in. Anselmi in there. No try awarded at the moment.
Bolly, I have the ball clearly on the ground. You may award the try. Try.
You heard the voice of Derek Summers. The ball clearly on the ground, he said. And in the 72nd minute,
from the Free Jacks, phase after phase after phase, the patience to finally punch that one in, that is class from New England.
Potros tacks on the conversion. 23-17.
Has just lifted for this last 10 minutes. There is a lot of animation on the Free Jacks bench, and you can just feel that intensity in the crowd as well. This is going to be a clip-hanging last 8 minutes here, boys.
Well said. 7.5 minutes to go. Championship match on the line here. Time back on here. Younger gets it into the back. Now it's on the side, and it's moving again, and Anselmi.
Beautifully done. I mean, that was outstanding work by the Free Jacks. Really love what they just did.
Chicago doing everything they can to get it. Once again, how many times have we said this? Jason Potros into touch, and New England, they move on to their second straight Major League Rugby championship match.